Before we get started, let's just clear up some terms that I'm going to be using throughout this video, like fast fashion. Fast fashion refers to the cheaply produced garments that are made to keep up with the latest trends and are rapidly put into stores to maximize profits off of that trend. The biggest players in the fast fashion world right now, or of all time, are in-person stores like Zara, Forever 21, H&M, and online stores as SHEIN. I'm sure you've heard of it. It was one of the most talked about brands in the TikTok world in 2020. And today we are going to be talking about the dangers of fast fashion, how it has affected our world, what can we do about it. Let's put this into more conversations today. Let's just start out by giving you a little taste of it with some statistics. So fast fashion brands are producing twice the amount of clothes that they were in 2000. And the number of times a garment is worn has decreased 30% in the last 15 years. This means that the amount of time somebody is wearing a piece of clothing is less, and so they're buying more clothes and throwing out more. The problem with fast fashion is that it's unsustainable, unethical, bad for the environment, etc., etc. It's just not what we should be doing in the fashion world right now. Let's start with the fact that it is bad for the environment. It takes 20,000 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of cotton. That's 2,700 liters of water for one t-shirt, and that is enough water for someone to drink water for 900 days. And especially if we're not wearing that piece of clothing enough to get that use out, that is wasteful. Not only does it take an extreme amount of water to produce the materials needed for clothing, it's also very toxic to our environment and water system. The fashion industry is responsible for 20% of global waste water. This is from the dyeing and manufacturing processes, finishing up clothing like dyeing and the chemicals put into fabric to make it soft. And as you can imagine, the more we have to do these processes, the more waste water there's going to be. So it is better to keep the amount to a minimal amount. I understand that we have to make clothes in this world. It's the amount that we're producing because of fast fashion and the capitalism off trends. Not the capitalism, the taking advantage of trends. And the main category of people contributing to this dilemma is, I think, 18 to 24-year-old women. And I don't mean to stigmatize women or stereotype women in this way. I'm just saying we are more likely to follow trends, be influenced by the fashion world. I'm not saying men can't. I'm just saying ladies. The fact that it is not only taking up a lot of water, but it's also producing more toxic water is a very big problem in itself, especially because, clean water is an incredible resource. Other than it being bad for water, it is also really bad for landfills. I think there was a fact, I can put it up on the screen, but we're all throwing away 60 pounds of clothing a year. That's insane. That's so much trash. We're contributing to landfills full of clothing, whereas if we were to invest in staple, timeless pieces in the first place, that would have been avoided. On fast fashion being unethical, it's unethical because why do you think the t-shirt costs $5? Because the labor was cheap and the materials are cheap. The wages of people making the clothes that are ended up costing $6, $7 are incredibly low, and that is not right. The reason that these companies keep being successful is because of their price point, and they are taking advantage of people who are working for that little income. SHEIN in 2020 made over or around $10 billion in profit. That's insane. Cool. The things that brought people to SHEIN was their price point and their immediate reaction to current trends. So when something hit the internet, especially on TikTok, it kind of catapulted a trend to SHEIN immediately. And then SHEIN would make it, get it into a store in less than 2 weeks, get it online in less than 2 weeks, and then start selling it. And this completely revolutionized the fast fashion industry because people would buy 300 orders off SHEIN and get 20, 30 items. That for people who can't buy that much clothes at a regular store because they're sustainable pieces, because they're expensive, they're just fairly priced. It can be really fun for people who have never experienced that that feeling of getting all these clothes and now I have what's cool and all this stuff, yada 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 yada. I think people think it's expensive to own sustainable fashion. But hello, Goodwill. Hello, Plato's Closet. Hello, any thrift store around. I have found incredible pieces from Goodwill that I love. And these have cost me under $2, sometimes $1, and they're clothes that are wearable for a long time, and they are timeless pieces that are not on the current trend, so I can wear them in 5 years, and clothes that'll last a long time. Not only are there in-person thrift stores like Plato's and Goodwill, but there are also online thrift stores that are becoming more and more popular, like Depop, ThredUp, isn't Poshmark, I think? I'm not really sure, but these are all options. If you want something just shipped to your house, you can also do this online, and this is decreasing the amount of demand for fast fashion, and instead we are reusing, recycling clothes that have already been worn. We're keeping things out of landfills. Thrifting is the most amazing way to get clothes. There are tons of clothes already on this earth. The fact that they're still producing more, there is enough clothes for everybody right now on earth. The demand, the way they keep keeping these businesses alive is from the demand of new clothes. And if we just all collectively start rejecting that and finding good thrifts, this might sound cringy and bad, but ask your mom for clothes she doesn't wear. My mom has passed down amazing pieces to me that I love and cherish. My grandma has given me a crew neck that I wear basically like 40 times a year. It's just like clothes are everywhere, and if you're still buying retail all the time, or SHEIN, or a cheap fast fashion store like H&M, Forever 21, you are contributing to the pollution of our earth. People will argue that clothes are too expensive in store, and this is hard to pin down because I don't think they're expensive. I think they are just fairly priced. I think they are paying their workers more than what they pay in the sweatshops that SHEIN uses, and they're made out of fabrics and materials that are worth more money, and that makes them feel better, that makes them last longer, all of these things that are making it worth good money. And I do understand a little bit, like, trends can be really fun. Trends can be a way to unify a period of time, I think. Like, trends can set an era of time and make it different from other eras, and I understand this, and I think that is beautiful and cute and amazing. But I also think personal style is really cool. When someone dresses a certain way and it fits their personality, it's almost expressive of who they are as a being. I think that is way cooler than following the current trends online or what the fashion models are doing and all this stuff. I think having individual style is just so beautiful, so unique, and I think I would love to see more of this in the upcoming years of people truly finding who they are without influence from influencers and media. I do like a good trend now and then. I think they're cute, but I think if you're constantly trying to stay up with what's hot, that is unsustainable, and you're never going to find what truly is expressive of who you are in your personal style. Am I perfect? No. Have I myself made an order from SHEIN? Yes. It was years ago, and I had one order, and after I learned about fast fashion and the harm, I completely stopped buying from SHEIN, H&M. I would rather get my pieces sustainably in that last years, or I've been obsessed with thrifting this year. I am blessed to live near a Goodwill bins that is cheap clothes that I feel good about buying because I'm reusing something somebody doesn't want anymore. I also recognize my financial position and that I am very grateful that I can afford high quality pieces of clothing that last a long time, and I'm blessed that I can buy my $50 pair of jeans and not feel my pockets aren't hurt from that, and I'm really grateful for that. So I understand that if you're not in a financial position to buy sustainable clothing, okay. But it's the people who are well off, and especially the richer upper class, that buys from H&M, SHEIN, Forever 21, Zara, that is so disappointing, and it's heartbreaking because they are the ones especially that can afford to buy sustainable fashion and have access to that level up of clothing, and to see them doing SHEIN hauls, it's just heartbreaking. I mean, seriously. And then their influence on younger girls and younger boys who then also feel the want to do that type of consuming as well. I hope this all makes sense. I know I've kind of been jumping all over the place from category to category, but my point overall is that fast fashion should be canceled. Can we make that uncool? Can we stop? I think the way to do this is through conversation, through examples. Set examples for others in your little corner of life. You know what I mean? Like, we all have an influence to a part. And I think this goes for anything. We all have an influence. We all do, whether you have a platform or not. We all have friends, family, people in our communities that listen. And if you say, this isn't cool, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm going to wear only sustainable pieces or thrifted material, thrifted clothes, then you are just setting an example for at least one or two other people that will hopefully follow, do the same, and then set examples for other people. The only thing you can do is set an example. I just hope that together moving forward, we can cancel fast fashion and get rid of it. It's not cute anymore. It's not the vibe. Let's tone it down. SHEIN should not be making $10 billion worth of revenue, worth of profit. I hope you liked another one of these like podcasty type videos. My last one was social media sucks. I'll put that up here. Was that the right side? I don't know. I'm trying a new thing where I use my phone as my microphone because I want the quality to be better. If this ends up being worse, just let me know. I don't really want to, I might invest in a microphone, but we'll see. This is what I'm doing for now. So thank you so much for watching, listening, anything. Bye. Love you. Thank you.